What is going on, guys? Chili Games back again. Welcome back to the channel. I was gone a little bit this weekend. I have a lot of games to talk over actually that I need to get out for you guys. This is one of them. Um, but school's starting back, so I'll be getting into that. I'll be getting a call from a possible job also today. So a lot of good things going on. We're almost at 900 subscribers. Like we have been busting our butts to get a lot of things done, and you guys have been absolutely incredible. So what is this game? This game is pretty ridiculous. I thought it was a pretty good job on my part, especially the first probably half of the game, just kind of hiding, not risking a lot, but keeping myself in the battle and keeping my guns firing. It's a weird spot right here. In this spawn, I always go for these islands here. The only thing you have to worry about is the middle spawn if somebody comes straight at you from there. So I see a smoke screen, and I was checking the team list to make sure, okay, is that going to be a cruiser with the smoke screen? Is that going to be a destroyer? So I realized that it's only a destroyer, so I'm like, okay, well, the enemy Benson's here. So that gives me a lot of knowledge. Um, I'm also backing up here. I'm playing it careful because I know if I shoot here, someone could possibly see me from that middle spawn, and then whatever ships are out over here on my spawn could shoot at me. So I'm being careful. Obviously, I'm going to burn a radar here, and we get a little bit of a surprise. I guess a little bit is not really the word here. I wish I would have popped sonar because this Benson is literally within 3 kilometers here. So what do we do now? Actually in a very dangerous spot here. Benson could easily torp us through this little gap here. So I'm already turning away here. I turn my sonar on. I'm leaving this. I do not want to give this guy a flat target to torpedo. If he was smart, I feel like he could have gotten some off there. We'd get very unlucky with that salvo there. What happened was I think we didn't aim far enough, and a lot of the shells hit the water behind his propellers and everything like that. So that could have been, a 5, 6, 7K salvo right on the Benson to kill him. And the same thing happens there. I should have been aiming a little bit higher. This guy could be pretty much dead. This would have been the kill shot, and saved a lot of stress for our battleships. But we do some good damage there. Also for the Cleveland, I'm running. See, the destroyer goes down anyway, so good on them. What I usually run with this ship, the Cleveland, and I actually am not running my full build that I'll explain in a second. So I'm running Scott with all offensive perks. I'm not doing beyond range. As you can tell, I only have like 15 kilometers of range. And I'm running Isaroki Yamamoto for the AP pin because the armor piercing is disgusting. And I'm using Mikawa. I was using Kuznetsov, but I feel like there has been the couple times that I have died in this ship, it's where I had to run, and I could not disengage. And I feel like with this ship, with the radar and how good it is up close, being able to close that gap just a little bit closer has really helped. So for now, I'm running Mikawa. I would easily switch to Kuznetsov here and there. They're both really solid. So that's going to be my build. And the funny thing is I just recently got Scott to Legendary 3. So I actually have switched the I'm not running the extra consumable. So I don't have 3 heals, 3 radars, 3 sonars, whatever. I'm using the reload perk. And at Legendary 3, you get a -7% on the reload. So it gets the reload for these guns on this ship to 4.9 seconds. That is absolutely crazy. And it might not seem like a lot. It's maybe half a second on the reload, but it is 7% is 7%, and the level 4 would be 10%. But regardless, I do like playing with this build. It's a lot of fun. It is incredibly strong, either way you play it. So what we're doing now is we're already moving to try to hide from this Nagato here, because we do not need to be seen by any battleships. We are just in the perfect spot here. And you can just see how much damage this ship can do. This Nagato can't do anything to us. The biggest thing that I'm worried about here is getting rammed by our teammates. And using the all black camo, obviously. It's a very... If I could use this camo every single time, I would. And here's my biggest fear. We're getting rammed out right here. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I think we squeeze by here. I don't have any angles at the Nagato, so I try to shoot at whatever I can. The turret traverse is very, very good for this ship. Combine that with the good reload. It's a very... This ship is disgustingly scary. I see that the Iowa has burned damage control. Bismarck is coming to play, and their Nagato is actually just going to sail just straight pretty much, and I almost got spotted there. We're doing a good job of being concealed, yet having our guns in the fight. I switched to AP because the AP at this kind of range against anything broadside is going to hurt. So shoot the armor piercing. Unless, I mean, it's always fine to shoot and get fires. I usually do that myself. If I see a broadside target, especially a battleship, I will try to light fires first, and then, you know, after 2 salvos or so, switch to AP, try a little bit. So Bismarck dies in your typical Bismarck fashion, goes all the way up, unsupported, way outgunned, getting in a crossfire from the Nagato, claims for help in the last 5 seconds of his life, and dies. So not in the worst spot here. I'm still hidden. I can still keep my guns. We can kill this Bismarck easily, and it's just a matter of our Finley Sinop on the right here to not die. I am worried about this Nagato, and I do know that there has been a cruiser in their spawn. I'm not sure which one it is, but if you see where he's last spotted, I am waiting for him to come make a move. I have the armor piercing loaded, and it's something that I'm trying to practice more. So I feel like if you're unsure of a target, or if one is coming around, especially early game, almost always have armor piercing loaded, because let's say you come around the corner, blind corner, and the guy comes around broadside, kind of like this right here. If I was shooting HE, I would always be like, man, dang, I really wish I had HE, or I had armor piercing loaded. So, and the reload is super quick. If you need to switch to HE, switch to it. But if you catch somebody off guard, especially when they're not expecting it, always have the armor piercing loaded, because if they're showing broadside, you can really take advantage of it. If they're not, you know, you're just going to bounce a couple and then switch to HE. But I would much rather have that, you know, that first AP salvo, and, you know, get lucky with where they're coming out. So this is kind of where Kuznetsov would have come in really, really handy. And sometimes this is where, you know, Mikawa is not really needed. Service detection range is not needed if you're hugging islands and you're playing like I'm playing here, which is I mean, this is exactly how you want to be playing Cleveland. Not spotted, absolutely being disgusting on offense, and, you know, just raining down the worst, the worst kind of fire in the game. It would have been much easier for me to have landed shots with that plus 5% range here, because I'm at the very wit end of the range, and especially with these shells, if a target is at max range, that doesn't mean you're going to hit them, because they go so far up in the air that they're going to come straight down, and they're going to come down a little bit quicker than you think. So instead of landing, you know, on the back of on the other side of their superstructure, they could be landing on the belt or landing a little bit short. So the extra range would have really, really helped here, just to make those hits getting easier. But we're landing a lot of fires here. I pick up the Witherer right there. I honestly have no idea how these guys are still alive, because we have put down a lot of damage. And I choose this time to be like, okay, perfect timing, honestly, because we can't spot those guys anyways. That had to have been, let me look at that. That had to have been at least 5 or 6 fires in the past minute. And I don't know how those guys are still alive. So we saw a fire sticking on them, though. This Nagato needs to die. I was really hoping that our two cruisers would be able to take these guys out. Again, fire first shot. This is the reason why I go with the fire chance, because you can get it up to 18% chance every shell, and anything past 15 or 16 kilometers, you're not going to have an easy time hitting. So Bismarck here, he would be in range if I was running it, but you know, we're not. And he's still burning though, so I'm like, I am praying, and if I kind of forgot this is a solo warrior opportunity here. I'm not too worried. I have a lot of health, and this is why I picked this game as well. Not just because of the damage. We played this really well. I've lost almost 0 health, and I've done, you know, 4 times my hit points. Killed the destroyer, or helped kill the destroyer. So this is a very good game in terms of, you know, conserving your health, being a light cruiser, and putting the damage down range. I knew the King George was going to be here, but I was being wary of that Helena. If the Helena gives, if I give broadside to a light cruiser like that, he will absolutely chew me up. So there he is. I realize that he's over there, and I have to, luckily for us, he's angled towards the island, so he cannot shoot us anymore, so we're pretty good right now. And just watch this engagement with the King George. This is a pretty disgusting. We started at 160k right above it. I get caught a little bit right there, but the problem with his shells is I'm going to be able to angle a little bit and bounce some of his shells. They're not going to punch through. They're not punchy enough to, you know, just go straight through. So and it's probably because I assume he's running that big 7 perk, which gives you more AP and HE damage, but it takes away on the penetration of the AP. So again, we're dodging. He put out his first fire, and that's going to be his absolute nightmare there. And for us right now, I mean, the amount of damage we can do to this guy, I mean, and a lot of it's due to the reload just being so ridiculous. I'm trying to shoot his front there to get that 3rd spot, because I'm pretty sure his superstructure is very saturated. So I need to kill this guy from fires, and I know they're going to be permanent. There's 2, and the 3rd one, this guy is 100% dead, and he will not get another chance off. So 1 down, 2 to go. See, I have AP loaded there, because if I had a broadside shot to shoot, I'm going to shoot it. He angles in nicely, so well played on this guy's part. This guy was super annoying, only because he played well. I was kind of shaking right now, just ticking over 200k right there. And if you see the damage you can do with the high explosive against cruisers and the rate of fire, like it is so, you can citadel any cruiser in the game, except for maybe Hipper and Prinz Eugen, but you can still do easily 10k a volley or so to them. But the high explosive on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. 212,000 damage. The biggest thing here is this is a support cruiser. If I had something like a plane right now, which is actually getting me spotted and was the bane of my existence for the past minute and a half, I unfortunately will not be able to shoot this Iowa enough. And even though his shells can overmatch me and devastate me, I am pointing my ship towards him, and you know, sure, they can overmatch and they can devastate you, but they have to hit you first. So almost always, I'm never scared of going bow into a ship every once in a while, because you're presenting them with a pencil of a target and they have to actually hit you. Yes, sometimes you're going to get hit. Yes, sometimes you're going to, you know, get crapped on, but for the most part, they have to hit you, and it's, you know, it's a very good dodge technique. Oh man, this was such an upsetting loss, because it's a loss. There's nothing we can do here. We have probably 20k on the Iowa to do. This Helena's playing annoyingly well. There's just nothing for me to do here. I was so upset. I was like, man, I was shaking. But I mean, we still have great health. We still have heals. We still have, you know, 22,000. We straight on bullied a King George. In terms of raw firepower showcase and how absolutely disgusting and how much fun this ship can be, this I feel like is a great game. So if you're wondering on the next ship to grind for you, I think Cleveland is 100% that ship. It is so disgustingly fun. And yeah, 2100 on the loss there. But guys, that's going to be it for the game. I really hope you enjoyed, and we are getting so freaking close to 1,000 subs, and I appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good one. Peace.